You fucking cringe, but let's get it. Hey everybody, it's Sonjdradeluxe. Please, can I have a hell yeah if that's okay with you, with your permission? Hey everybody, it's Sonjdradeluxe. Can I get a hell yeah? Yeah. So in my last video, I mentioned I might want to make a O-face video and allow you little freakies out there seem very hype about it. I love it. Cause same. Today, I'm not really showing you, like unless you look at the thumbnail, I'm not really showing you like the look and then doing it. I'm just gonna take you through the process of building a look based on a feeling, emotion, how you build a look based off of vibe, which I talk about a lot. Like instead of recreating something directly, try and think about a vibe and how what I'm saying could apply to maybe you. I'm not really the submissive type, just to be honest. I'm very nice, but you know. So this will be interesting to create the look of what my idea it is and how it can be different for many different people. But we're talking about O-face, and what I kind of want to create is that very flush look, doe-eyed look, submissive look. You're just a pretty little thing in somebody else's world, and you're there to serve. So let's look very submissive. I already got my base on and my brows, which are just intense by nature, but let's build a look. And first thing I kind of want to start with, because I want it to be the main focus, is how rosy and flushed our cheeks are. Like, oh my gosh, this never happened before. Like, feels so great. And I'm thinking like, you know, kind of pinched or spiky lashes. Maybe you've had your face on a pillow or, you know, held down. Anyways, enough talking. Let's build a look together based off of these things. All right, so I'm gonna start with what I'm kind of the most uncomfortable with, I guess, which is like blushing on my nose. I was sent this NARS collection, the holiday sets, and I thought it might be fun to kind of play with this because there's a blush palette. I'm gonna start with this one because it's not too dark, and I think I'll deepen it with this. I like this like red color. A lot of times when you, all of the blood rushes to your face, to your lips. Oh, that reminds me actually, before we do anything, let's plump our lips because we need juicy, hydrated lips for this. I'm gonna use the same plumping lip balm that I used in my last video, just so they can get nice and big. This isn't like an aggressive plumper, but it'll do the job. The Biossance Squalene Rose and Vegan Lip Balm. I love this. All right, let's continue with the blush. Trying to look puffy and flushed, you know what I mean? Maybe we have a little on our eyelids as well. And this is what I'm saying, I'm just trying to imagine kind of like an innocence. Well, still you can be fierce and submissive, but again, we're going for the we just got our world rocked look. And I'm also gonna take the same color and I'm gonna do it on my nose. I'm gonna start kind of underneath and on the bridge. And doing this, especially when you're like a little bit more uncomfortable with the technique, kind of doing it first and then doing more of your regular makeup steps later can make it a little bit easier, you know what I mean? And depending on what it is, of course. And that's why I'm using this little ass brush when usually I use like big old brushes, because I already have like it instilled in me that like I can do it on autopilot, eyes closed, I know how things work. But when I'm trying something a little bit more new or a new vibe, I'm a little bit more careful. Also, just like transition colors with eyeshadows. This brush is a little bit stiff. You want like more of a blending kind of look, you could take a transition color. So this is probably gonna be the darkest one I'll apply if I do. This is right in the middle and this one's lighter. So this will be a good transition shade if you want to kind of blend it all in. Woo! Now, moving on to eyes for now, I just want to put this in place because I like to kind of structure things out and get my shape going. My main kind of thing that I wanted to do was this blush. So now I can move on to eyes, and the focus here is like a doe-eyed look. Innocent, you're not in charge. Like I said, you're just in someone else's world, like, you know, begging for. I don't really know how it works. Just kidding. I don't know if I know how it works. I have this NARS bronzer. I was gonna say, let's map it out with bronzer first and then kind of solidify it with other placements. So we want our eyes to look kind of bigger, but I don't like a classic clowny kind of doe eye. I like it to still look sweet and seductive, but also like innocent, you know? So I'm gonna take this MAC 239 brush and I'm gonna go just underneath my lash line, not going right up against it, to kind of create like a more open eye. Probably make it rosy after. Yeah, and you see how it just kind of like blends into the blush a little bit and like kind of ties into that flushed look. Just dragging it underneath. This is great to kind of, I guess, set your under eyes. I'm also going to take the bronzer and I'm putting it into my crease. I am classic for kind of winging everything out, creating that shape, and I still want to keep that because that's how my brows are, but this time I'm like keeping a little bit more of a doe-eyed effect in mind. Again, going back to you just owed, you're probably not like all wee. You're probably more like a little bit more heavy eyes, like, whoa, I can't believe this just happened kind of thing. Figuring out what your name is, maybe call it a little shake, I don't know. Whatever it is, love it for you. And again, a little bit more round, but still keeping a little bit of a cat eye-ish shape because that's what's most flattering on me. So it's like a blend of a doe eye. Back with the MAC 239, I'm gonna just like accentuate my eye shape. I'm gonna go into this kind of brown color down here. And I wanna do kind of like, again, a soft wing, which is gonna help to open the eyes, but not make it too dramatic. I'm gonna pull it out a little bit, but this one is gonna be quite lifted. It's a nice alternative to like eyeliner. And we're blending it. We're not having any kind of like sharp lines here. We want everything to be soft and kind of romantic, or maybe it rubbed off. You know what I mean? Now with concealer, we can take our shade further, and I'm going to just go along my lash line closer, which is going to make the bronzer that we put there stand out a little bit more. You can also do this with like a pencil, but just because I'm just going to go delicate with it for now, I'm going to use concealer. And we'll also brighten up just in the inner corner as well. And doing that little line underneath kind of puffs up the lower lash line, which will be more visible when we do our mascara. So it's extra puffed out cheek kind of look. Like we want to look kind of like, you know? And I don't know if you can see, but it kind of created a lower shadow there, which kind of just totally transformed my cheeks, even though we didn't even do anything for cheeks. We're focusing on eyes right now. I'm gonna go into this brown up here for just to deepen it a little bit, the underneath, now that I kind of have my shape a little bit more. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of this kind of reddish tone. And I'm going to take a little bit of that color and put it right in here. Okay, I'm going to do a little nose contour with the same NARS powder. This is the Casino bronzer. Just a little nose contour because I like that. We're not trying to look all sharp. We're trying to look all soft. I'm going to do it underneath the nose. And I'm going to even put a little bit more blush on my nose. But sometimes when I'm under these lights, I'm like, whoa, this is so much. And then I go into real life and it looks like nothing. Just a little tap on the tip and then bring it down on the sides. Now we want a little bit of like a wetness look, so I'm gonna take this one here, because maybe you're tearing a little bit, because like, you know. And I'm just gonna do it a little bit in the centers of my eyes, so it kind of has a wet look. Soft halo effect, so it's not really like taking away our kind of sleepy eye vibe, but it is giving us that kind of glossy eye look. And I'm going to do a little bit underneath as well. Trying to keep it as close, I should have done this with a brush, but trying to keep it close to the area that we highlighted earlier. So it almost gives like a watery eye look, you know? I think it's kind of the vibe that we are going for. I think I'll take a little bit of that color and put it in the inner corners of my eyes as well. I think I'm going to do my nose, yeah, with the same color. I'll do above the lip. And then this blush palette has a highlighter in it that looks like it would be kind of good for my skin tone. So I'm going to use that on the cheeks just a little bit. We're not too sweaty because we're not doing a lot of the work. We're having the work done, you know what I mean? I'm going to take my handy dandy dark deep mineralized skin finish. And I'm not doing a sharp contour. We're not trying to look intense or powerful or dominant. I'm just literally trying to bring a little bit more color into my face. I'll do the forehead as well. And brows. My brows, I tried to not make the ends so like sharp. I wanted it to be a little bit softer. Even though I'm a like intense eyebrow type of gal, I just think that that's not the look for today. And now we're gonna add just a little bit of powder. Everything's like dry, but I just want to like mattify certain areas of my face, like here under my eyes, you know, one side that's a little mini one. Love this powder. If you know, you know. Yeah, I'm just gonna like lightly powder in certain areas because I kind of want a little bit of put in work vibes, but not too much. Like not even baking, just literally, oh, skin is so dry. She's flaking, but that's okay. Holy crap, that's so weird. Why is my skin peeling? You know what it is? I went tanning for the first time in a long time, and I even wear SPF 50 on my face, but my skin is just... Anyways, this is not what it's about. Pretend I'm not flaky. We're trying to focus on O face here. Nothing will take you out of an O faster than overthinking. You gotta stay in the moment and think about what's happening. Get you there quicker. Right in the middle of the forehead too, just lightly. let's move on to lashes. So I'm just gonna do like a light coat on the top because we're gonna be putting on lashes. Bottom lashes, we're gonna give it a nice coat, and I'm gonna just smudge them to one side because like I said, face and pillow, but we're doing it in a nice way. If that really happens and you crunch your mascara, it does not look nice. See how it's getting kind of like chunky but sticking together, and it really highlights that kind of subtle doe-eyed look where you still kind of have a little bit of sleepy vibe, like, you know, after you want to take a little nap maybe. You can even give them a pinch. Some people I've seen pinch with tweezers, but I always feel like I'm gonna pull out my eyelashes. This is mirror, Hank and Henry. I love him, from his brand, and it's so messy because I use it so much. Kiss lashes in Ruffle. Ooh, Ruffle? Man, drugstore lashes have come so far. So I got these a while ago, but I never wore them. So I'm just gonna give them a little snippety doo-dah. My last video I talked about measuring lashes a little bit, so I'll do that off camera right quick. Okay, so I got the lashes and I cut them, so it's just kind of more of like an end vibe. Yeah, just a little delicate lash, and we're gonna make it look smashed in pillow vibes. These are cute actually for a natural vibe. So cute that the popo are coming, and we will gladly be arrested. This is all part of the video. I'm gonna stage an arrest. So we're gonna do the mascara now. So it's a little bit spiky kind of. These lashes are lit. It's nice to do stuff out of your comfort zone. Okay, and for lips, our lip balm is kind of like worn off now. I want like that flush, but I don't want too much makeup on because it's probably been taken off. This is the NYX Lip Lingerie in Expose Me. Well, these are sexy. This is so perfect. And I'm just gonna rub it into the center of my lip, and I'm gonna smudge it a little bit because maybe, you know, what that mouth do? Not have perfect lipstick after all that. I'm just gonna put a little bit more of the lip balm on there, but I think we got an O-Face lip. Let me take off my headband. I'll be back. Okay, so this is our O-Face look. Rosy everything. Sorry, the light changed because obviously I did it at freaking sunset. I don't know why. But anyways, typical me. But this is our O-Face look, and I hope you enjoyed going through the process of trying to embody a character, even if it's not so much like you, but to get the qualities. And I learned some stuff about makeup a little bit. Okay, so yeah. Let me know if you want to see the submissive look, the dominant look. And it's so funny because kind of realizing there's so many different types of dominant makeup. Do you want something that's more dominant, like siren vibes, or do you want something that's more like mommy issues dominance? You know what I mean? Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, and I found some new things that I think I want to take into other areas of makeup. So thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to share, subscribe, follow, flick the bean, and stay pretty. Love you so much. Bye.